Hi guys, Wishbone here, and today we're talking about the first X-Men comic I ever read. The year was 1989 and I was 13 years old. I had enjoyed a few New Mutants comics, and although the X-Men seemed too mature to me at the time, my friend was eager to have me read his newest purchase. What If X-Men Lost Inferno? For those unfamiliar, What If comics feature non-canonical alternate realities in which the events of the mainstream Marvel Universe are different outcomes. Inferno was a company-wide Marvel crossover event. The New Mutants, X-Factor, the X-Men, and pretty much any New York-based superheroes such as Spider-Man and Daredevil were involved. The crossover began when the New Mutant Illyana Rasputin, who happened to be the sister of Colossus, yes, that Colossus, was tricked by the demons Sim and Nastier into open a giant portal to Limbo above New York's Times Square. Demons came pouring in, and even inanimate objects came to sinister life. In the end, the X-Men teamed up and destroyed the demons, Sim and Nastier, while Colossus helped redeem the soul of his sister Illyana, and she relinquished her soul sword in order to seal up the portal and save Earth, thereby giving up her power and becoming a child again, wrapping up her spectacular character arc, which I hope to cover in a later video. It's at this point that today's What If comic diverges. In this reality, the demon Sim seizes the soul sword before it separates the realms. Joining forces with Madeline Pryor, a clone of Jean Grey who was a major factor in the main Inferno storyline, Sim mounts a surprise attack on the heroes, instantly killing them. At the last moment, Wolverine managed to save Jean Grey. However, Madeline Pryor decides to kill them both anyway, which she promptly does to Jean. They decide to keep Wolverine alive as a pet. Their alliance having proved fruitful, the pair complete the merger of Limbo and Earth by ritually sacrificing Madeline's child, fathered by Scott Summers, aka Cyclops. Side note, in the mainstream Marvel Universe, instead of being sacrificed, that baby was sent through time, only to return as a grizzled war veteran named Cable. Yes, that Cable. An indeterminate amount of time later, we find Wolverine joyously rounding up human beings to be used as slaves for the demonic hordes. And in what is possibly the most infamous and shocking Wolverine moment ever, he is rewarded for his loyalty with a human baby, straight from the delivery room he promptly eats. In panel. Oh, he's in shadow, but he's there, just eating a baby. I was 13 when I read this. In fact, this was the first Wolverine comic I've ever read. Anyway, you might be wondering what Earth's other heroes were doing at this time. Turns out, not much, except for getting killed by evil Wolverine and the Hulk, She-Hulk, Captain America, Spider-Man. Even to this day, whenever I think of Wolverine, I remember this panel. Ace the Sucker. He seems like he's still in full control of his faculties at this point too. You can reason, but you still be eating a baby? Come on, Logan. What's up with that? Thor goes down hard. Heavily disrespected. These are some mean mother lickers right here. Johnny Storm. Well, the Human Torch was quite put out. What about Mr. Fantastic, you ask? Reed Richards was offered a job teaming up with Dr. Doom to create a machine that would magnify the Limbo effect until not even the most powerful being in the Marvel Universe, the Tri-Judge, could stop it. Of course, Richards happily accepted. Doctor Strange, Kitty Pryde, and Rachel Summers of all people, represent the last vestiges of heroism left on Earth, so you can probably deduce how well humanity plays out. Shadowcat, convinced Wolverine has some semblance of humanity left, baby eater, gets eviscerated for her naivete. Of course, he has all the flesh cooked off his bones by Baron Mordo one page later. Wanting to cement this as the most metal comic ever, Sim uses his last bit of magic to animate Wolverine's adamantium skeleton, taking his revenge on his enemies and reclaiming the Soul Sword. At which point the Phoenix Force present in Rachel Summers just says, "Ah, screw it," and toasts the entire planet, which turns out to be fortuitous as the Tri-Judge had just shown up and would have likely erased the entire plane of existence. To be fair, the Phoenix didn't kill everyone, just almost everyone. Doctor Strange and Rachel Summers get to live in a cave with cave people, and hey, at least they're still babies. And Wolverine's finally gone. In summary, this comic was great. The mainline Inferno event was already so gutsy and over the top. Remember, this came out during the D&D Satanic Invasion 80s. This What If just took the whole thing to 11. Without the constraints of having to reset the universe to its status quo, the writers were free to absolutely go crazy. Which they did, as was totally appropriate when the set pieces of the event were so epic in scale. Normally material this dark would be distasteful to me, but coming from the 80s as it does, it still retains a bit of childish innocence, even with the baby eating. I give this comic 3.5 out of 4 Shanties, with nostalgia goggles. Well, that's it for tonight, guys. Thanks for watching, and please like and subscribe.